All right, so we're going to start talking about slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept is called slope-intercept because they give you a slope and they give you the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is going to be your start point on the y-line, and the slope is going to be how you find the second line. So here, our first dot that we're going to find is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's our first dot. Now, from the start point, this will tell us how to find the second dot using rise and run. So from here, we're going to rise 2, because it says 2. So we're going to rise 2 and run 3. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. We have graphed slope-intercept form. Okay? Now I'll do one that has a negative and a whole number. So when there's a whole number, you still need a run. So you put a 1 underneath, and that's going to be your run. So this is now our rise, and this is now our run. So our start point for this one is 2. So we're going to start on 2. And then we're going to rise negative 3. Now negative means down. So we're going to go down 3 and to the right 1. So 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. All right. Here we go. So run means to the right. And positive means up, and negative means down. All right, so now we're going to work on writing slope-intercept form when only given 2 points. So usually you need a point, and you need the y-intercept, and you need the slope. Okay? This is neither of those. So first we're going to find the slope. Remember that the slope is the change in y divided by the change in x. So the change in y, so 4 to a 9, those are y's. 4 to 9 is 5 up. 1 to a 2 is only 1 up. So 5 divided by 1 actually equals 5. So that is our slope. So right now, all we know is y equals 5x plus b. I need to figure out what b is. So I'm going to pick one of these coordinates. Okay, so I'm going to pick 1, 4. And I'm going to replace x with 1 and y with 4. So it's going to be 4 equals 5 times 1 plus b. It's going to be 4 equals 5 plus b. Now we just have to solve a one-step equation. So we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. Negative 1 equals b. Now that we have b and we have the slope, we can write the equation in its entirety. And we're done. Okay, now here we go. 3, negative 5, 1 over 5, that's the slope. We are going to be writing point-slope formula. All you need is a point and a slope. Okay, so the slope is going to go right there where the m is, and the coordinate x is going to go here, and y is going to go here. This y is left alone, and this x is left alone, which is the same thing we happened over here. We left x alone and y alone when we wrote equations. Okay, so it's very similar. Okay, so let's actually write it now. Okay, y plus 5 equals 1 over 5x minus 3. Now remember, there's already a negative in there. So when you put a negative in there, it causes it to be positive. The 3 is positive. So when I put it in the equation, because it already has a minus sign, it appears to be minus 3 now. All right. That's point-slope formula. Now, how do you write point-slope formula if you've been given 2 points? I'm missing the slope. So we're going to find the slope. Change in y divided by the change in x. So that's going to be, the change in y is going to be down 2. And the change in x is going to be up 3. So negative 2 over 3 is the slope. Now, you just pick one of these points. I'm going to pick this one here, the 1, 5. Doesn't matter which one you pick. And then we're going to fill in the rest. Now I have a slope and I have a point. So I can write the point-slope formula. Y minus 5 equals negative 2 over 3 x minus 1. And there we go. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to graph it from this coordinate, from this. Okay, so we have a coordinate, which I'm going to pull out. We already know it's 1, 5, so I'm going to pull the coordinate out. So 1, 5 is the coordinate, and the slope is negative 2 over 3. So this is going to be our start point, and then this slope is going to help us find the other coordinate. So we need at least 2 points to make a straight line. So 1, 5. So 1, 5, 1, 2. Okay, so 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our first dot. Then negative 2 over 3. Negative 2 is 1, 2 down, and 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. It's been graphed. All right. Now the last thing is, let's talk about standard form. Standard form is written in this format here, ax plus by equals c. All of these numbers need to be integers, so no decimal points and no fractions. So you have to keep on multiplying by the denominator or multiply by 10 until all the numbers are integers. So here's an example, okay? Now, the way you graph this is you find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So when you're looking for the x-intercept, y has to equal 0. And then you just solve the one-step equation. This one, when you're looking for the y-intercept, x has to equal 0. So let's find the x-intercept first. So that means y equals 0. So I'm going to write this equation. But instead of writing y, I'm going to write 0. So negative 2 times 0 is 0. So this is now gone. I'm left with 3x equals 9. Divide by 3, divide by 3, x equals 3. So the x-intercept is 3. Now let's look for the y-intercept. The y-intercept, you make x 0. So now this equation will read 3 times 0 minus 2y equals 9. So this is gone now. 3 times 0 is 0. So now I'm left with negative 2y equals 9. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Y equals negative 4.5. So I know where the y-intercept is. It's negative 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. It's negative 4.5. And the x-intercept is 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 2 coordinates. I can now connect them. And that's how you graph in standard form. Thank you.